Good evening, everybody. Tuning in to this live broadcast from Dandenong Stadium for this stellar clash between your Dandenong Rangers and the visiting LMU Lions, all the way from Los Angeles, California. 1 of 4 games to be held here at Dandenong Stadium. Rangers lost to St. Mary's this past week, while LMU are coming off the back of a 19-54 win. Rangers had an interesting season, considering they made the final last year, narrowly missing out by narrows of margins. We're talking percentage Ash, who is with me tonight on broadcast. How are you this evening?
Chris, it's good to be here. I'm excited for tonight's game and to see what LMU has in store for the season. Like you were saying, with the Rangers, yeah, listen, their season didn't finish the way they wanted, but I'm sure most of the boys are getting the pep in their step, ready for these college series they've organised. They definitely enjoyed Friday night against St. Mary's, and having a look at LMU's squad right now, strong, big, and I think we're in for a very physical clash tonight.
Absolutely, and when you've got someone like Matthias Markinson, who's 7'3" in your lineup, you know you've got to work hard to body up against him inside the paint to try and keep him out.
He's definitely a man that stands out, but I think with the experience of Tim Lang, it'll be a great matchup, and it's a really good chance for one of the young fellas for Dandenong Rangers, Ollie Hayes-Brown, to get a bit of a test what college basketball may look like for him in a year or two's time.
Exactly right. I got to tell you, just from looking from the warm-up, LMU do look rather rigorous and disciplined in just their warm-up, so it's going to be interesting to see what they bring to this clash here.
Well, if you know much about LMU's coach Mike Dunlap, discipline is one of his main things that he concentrates on. Also, he's big in strength and conditioning, and so to see these boys looking like fine shit athletes, it's no surprise here. So it's going to be a really good test, like we talked about. There's some, we got Lucas Barker, who's had plenty of years of experience, obviously 4 years at college, freshman of the year at a Division II school, Kentucky Wesleyan. I think he's going to give them a little bit of trouble. And then last night, I was lucky enough to see the University of Hawaii play Melbourne Tigers Siebel, and Jeremy Kendall also suited up for them. And I tell you what, Hawaii had their hands tied trying to deal with him. So they've got a true test in those two guards, Lucas and Kendall. So let's see what guys like Eli Scott, James Bateman, the leaders of these teams and their leading scorers from last year, bring to the game tonight.
Absolutely. Definitely no shortage of talent on both sides. Having looked at Dandenong, they've had their troubles as well, squad-wise. Anthony Jovic missing for a couple of weeks of the season, and Poch stepped up very nicely in his absence.
Yeah, Poch was going to be a regular with the Youth League boys this year for Dandenong Rangers, but with injuries and Drimmick having some Asia Cup commitments to go to in his NBL season, finishing a little bit later, probably not expected for Adelaide 36ers, but for the rest of the people who are fans of NBL, Poch had to come in and fill a role, and he did a great job, and he just built as the year went on. Darren will be looking for him to bring a ton of energy tonight, and looking also to Josh Oswald, who has a wealth of experience, 4 years at college, played a bit of D1 ball, then transferred to Emporia State Division 2, so they're going to look for him with his experience to lead the way.
Dandenong will definitely not be rolled over tonight as they look to impose themselves tonight, really, and hopefully kick off what could be a successful next season. Given the depth of the squad, as we said, there's no shortage of talent within the Rangers squad, and they'll be disappointed to miss out finals, but definitely looking forward to the future.
One kid I believe the LMU fans will be looking forward to look at is Kelly Lepepe, a young man that Coach Dunlap's been trying to recruit out here from Australia. He's fresh off his under-18 Asia Cup win over at Thailand, and he's going to try and get out there and give 100% and show Coach Dunlap what he can do.
Exactly, show off his championship efforts, if you will.
Now, I'm only 6'1", and standing next to the Rangers centre, yeah.
Someone who's 5'9".
And I'm wearing big shoes tonight to make sure I get there, but standing next to Tim Lang at practices, he's a big boy, and now he's standing next to Big Markinson, and he looks tiny for once in his life.
Oh yeah.
The referees are going to have a sore neck looking up.
You really don't understand the comparison until you see them side by side, and it's truly spectacular. yeah, as I said earlier, it'll be good to see a good physical contest, especially in the middle of the paint.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the refs call this. Obviously, we're a little bit more physical with the chest over in FIBA basketball. So let's see how LMU...
And Tim Lang wins the tip.
Poor chat with the referee. I won't chuck one on the bus too early.
Lucas Barker taking charge as he has done all season long. Nice little flick. Intercepted by LMU. That was quick.
LMU already setting a tone defensively.
Yep.
A lot of energy out there.
You can expect them to bring the pace and the power. As Markison goes up for a 1-2, does not get it to go. What will Dandenong make of themselves here? Communication on defense is definitely going to be key for LMU here. Three-point attempt is no good. LMU with the rebound. Jeffrey McClendon running it up. And a three is good.
Donald Gibson did a good job spacing in their transition now. I know it's a big concept of Coach Dunlap's philosophy, spacing.
Now. Takes on Markison and gets the reverse layup to go. Nicely done against the big man. Again, communication earlier on both sides from defense.
Dandenong's gone to an early zone.
And Poch with the foot violation there, but puts the ball out of bounds. Quintana again, three is no good. Markison just plucked that one out of the air, but couldn't get it to go. Jeffrey McClendon follows up. And LMU are caught napping. Great little layup there from Josh Oswald. That's the kind of efforts you're going to need to see from Dandenong.
Yeah, Coach Dunlap won't be happy with that. He's already getting into his big fella to turn around and wake up.
Yep.
Let's see how they react here.
It is far too early to be caught napping. But that being said, they are trying a half-court press, which could be their downfall here. As Lucas Barker goes in for a layup and gets blocked by Markison.
Lucas is probably not used to 7'3" men running around trying to block his shots.
Definitely. It doesn't mean he can't get around. Nice passing game from LMU. Bateman three doesn't get it to go. And Poch comes up with the ball. Barker's got nobody ahead of him. Looks to take everybody on. Josh Oswald with the three, and it is good. With the defender in his face as well.
That is what Josh Oswald does. He stretches the floor and loves to shoot the ball.
Yep.
Expect to see a few more of those for the game.
Good vision from Lucas Barker there as well. I won't say LMU are shocked, but their pace has slowed down the tiniest bit as I think they're now anticipating what Dandenong's going to do. Poch with the corner crossover. Finds Tim Lang in the middle for a dunk.
I haven't seen Tim Lang get up like that for a while, so already the season ending, his legs are getting a little bit more fresher.
I think so. The rigors of playing week in, week out, not in effect tonight.
It'll be interesting to see how long Dandenong stays in this zone. It seems to be working. It's rattled him a little bit.
And the turnover. Lucas Barker has got nobody in front of him. Pumps the fake and puts it up quite easily.
That was a bit of a savvy vet move there, Chris.
I think so.
Pump fake, get him up in the air and take his time on the layup.
Three is no good there from Bateman. Lucas Barker with the ball. Finds Tim Lang in the middle. Turnaround, doesn't get it to go. Nice little move there, though. I think he thinks he had scored.
Not sure, Chris, but that's just Lang showing his experience there. Yep. Sees the mismatch, takes him into the post. Great seal, and he needs to finish that one when he's close in.
I have noticed that Markison started playing a little bit more on the outside. Not quite sure what they're trying to achieve playing your big man outside, but it might put Dandenong off.
So I think it's just a bit of a adjustment with their defense. They've gone pretty aggressively in the ball screen. They've had to switch a couple of times. But as the game goes on, they'll react.
Definitely. Punch looks to take on all comers now. Finds Jeremy Kendall. Kendall with a jumper from three-point range, and it's good. That was electric. He made it look easy, Ash.
Well, Friday night, Kendall had some great passes. Didn't look to shoot too much, but I think he's going to change that up tonight. Hopefully he lets it go, and we're going to see a few more threes. He's pretty hot from last night's game against Hawaii.
James Bateman with a three. Finally, LMU get back on the board. Dandenong went on a 7-point scoring run there before that three-pointer. Lucas Barker looking for his options. Finds Punch in the corner. Drives the baseline and lays it up and gets the foul.
Dandenong's doing a really good job of spreading LMU's defense right now. Making them play with the long closeout. Potts did a great job, 2 feet in the paint, finished strong, and now he's at the free throw line to add that extra one.
Rangers with the rebound, tries to find Potts, and LMU come up with the ball. And Jeremy Kendall comes up with an intercept, tries another three, and it's good! How about that? It was pinball in there for a minute.
He's fun to watch. He is fun to watch. Everyone's enjoying the show already.
Even though Dandenong are playing a zone, they seem to be double teaming whoever's on the ball every time, showing great movement.
Yeah, the goal of the 2-3 here is to hold until that top player can get back. If it's obviously foul line extended and down, that'll go to the corner person. LMU's just not moving the ball well enough right now, so Dandenong hasn't had to commit too much. Against this zone, ball swings, cutters through the key, post working in tandem, that's going to really break this zone down.
Tana for a three, and it's good. James Bateman with the hard work there.
They needed that one. That's going to release some pressure now. Hopefully they can shoot a few more jump shots. In rhythm.
Taking charge now with a quick mid-range jumper. That is no good. Marcuson comes up with the boards. Bateman with his own three again. No good. Kelly Laupepe just leaped through the air with that one. Nice little pass from Sukup.
The Pepe set a big screen there, and I believe it's Quintana. He's feeling the effects.
Yeah, looking a bit ginger, just coming back on the offense now. He's a big unit, so any screen from him is always going to leave somebody a little bit rattled.
Absolutely. LMU's now moving the ball a lot better. They're getting better looks. That's what they want. Needs to get a better angle there to use the backboard. But other than that, the ball movement's definitely picked up for LMU.
Definitely. One thing I've noticed is that the big men for the Rangers are bodying up so hard on Marcus, and he seems to be overshooting the mark just a little bit every time.
Listen, Lepepe might be 18 years old, but he's a man out there.
Oh, absolutely.
You see the size of him. He's going to get physical with anyone that comes into the paint.
With some nice little footwork, puts up another three. That one is no good. Gotta tell you though, he's got footwork like Muhammad Ali.
I really like Herman right now. He's bringing some energy for LMU. He's got that ball moving. He's getting his hands on rebounds. Now they're just going to make it count at the offensive end.
With the offense, LMU, Bateman is pulling all the strings right now. It's a three-pointer from him is good.
That's what we expect from the LMU captain to lead the way, and we're going to need a couple more for him to get him back in the game.
Definitely. Nice bit of passing from Dandenong here. Sukup finds Kendall, who tries to find Oliver Hayes-Brown, who just mishandles it slightly. I'll tell you what though, I like how Declan Sukup and Lucas Barker are almost interchangeable in that role, just seamlessly. They can both shoot, they can both run the play and look so composed. And having them both on the court is just incredible to watch.
The great thing about Kendall, Sukup, Barker, they stretch the floor, gives Coach Perry a bit of versatility in the guard spot. That's going to give LMU some trouble or not.
Jeremy Kendall with some aggressive running.
Good ball move.
Finds Tyler Robertson in the corner for a three-pointer.
Good ball movement from Dandenong, and Tyler Robertson ready to shoot, made it count.
Just over a minute to go in this quarter. Will LMU wait till the second quarter to kick up the next gear, you think, or?
Oh, listen, they're just missing shots. They're getting the
Nice
shots
little pass
now.
from
They're moving
Barker.
the ball. I think LMU, as they adjust throughout the game and adjust to the zone, they'll be fine. It's only 6 points. Shots haven't dropped. Dandenong are playing good basketball, so I think we'll start to see a bit of a swing in the second quarter.
Definitely. Well, the Hayes-Brown from the line for Dandenong. First one is good. Gets the second one to drop just as nicely. After those two shots, he takes a seat. Gets a well-deserved break, I think.
And Dandenong staying in the 2-3 zone. Interesting. Coach Perry's known to change up his defences. He doesn't normally stay in this one defence too long, but he's stuck with this the whole first quarter.
Bateman tries a fadeaway two-pointer. That's no good as there's a bit of a flight rebound. Lucas Barker comes up with it. Yeah, the one thing I love about Lucas is his composure. You don't know what he's going to do with it. Finds Sukup in the corner. Three is in and out.
LMU's doing a better job, but limiting those second opportunities for Dandenong. They're just going to make it count in the offensive end.
Now it's Bateman's turn to be running the play. All alone in the corner. The three-pointer is no good. And once again, Lucas Barker comes up with the rebound. Is he taking everybody on? He is. And layup doesn't go, but he gets the foul. Jordan Bell with a massive slap on the board, trying to reject that attempted layup.
Jordan Bell's coming off 15 points from Sunday night's game against the NBL Next Gen White team. Be looking for him to get into the game, get some points in the paint. It'll be interesting to see. That shot looked nice there, stretch the floor a little bit. As the game goes on, to be looking to knock them down.
Uncharacteristic miss from Barker, who's usually a bit of a sharp shooter. But he gets the second one to drop. Quarter winds down to an end. Quintana tries a last-ditch three, and it's no good. Quarter time, your Rangers are up 27-18. What were the talking points from that quarter, Ash?
I think that zone really troubled LMU there. I'd like to see some more ball movement. They are stretching those baseline defenders to the three. It is pushing some of their, I guess, distance with their shots, but if they can get more post touch, especially at the foul line, we'll hopefully see them get more opportunities as the game goes on. Defensively, the energy's there. Like to see their angles change a little bit with their on-ball hedge. Kendall, Barker are able just to get around these ball screens with ease and making easy passes out of it. If they can just change that angle, force them a little bit more up the line, that'll hopefully take away some opportunities for Dandenong. But like I said, they're probably a little bit jet lagged.
Just a little bit, yeah.
They played a young team on Sunday night. Now they're playing guys who've done 4 years of college. They have the experience. Coach Dunlap, there was no timeouts there. They'll make the adjustments. They'll make the changes. They'll get energy coming through. Kendall's played big minutes for Dandenong. Barker's played big minutes already. So I think after this little settle down, catch their breath, regroup, we'll see a bit of a different LMU team this quarter.
Not forgetting that Dandenong are also coming off the back of a Siebel season, so these guys are fit and they know exactly where their teammates are going to be. So definitely a big ask for LMU as well. I think maybe there might have been an element of underestimation, just judging by the way they approach their offense from the opening minutes as opposed to the end of that quarter.
No, I think you nailed it on the head right there. You know, Dandenong is coming fresh off. They've had the summer. They've had limited time with their practices to get into gel. They have new bodies coming through, but they're going to look to their seniors, especially through this tour, to lead the way and show the young guys this is what we expect. This is Lion basketball. Interesting. We talked about Bateman being the captain. He has 8 points. Herman came in 5 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds. So we'll look to see if we can get a little bit more out of him. And Quintana was really good with 6 points. They are shooting 4-11 from the 3, so we talked about it. They're trying to stretch the floor. They'll knock down some shots as the game goes on. This should be an interesting second quarter.
Absolutely. LMU start with possession in the back court. As a reminder of the score, your Rangers are up 27-18 here at Dandenong Stadium. Jordan Bell looking to back in, and he's called for the offensive. Josh Oswald doing a good job to keep his body still and draw the charge there from the big man.
That was experience from Oswald, but I do like that move from Bell, trying to get physical, trying to create something. I think Coach Dunlap will deliver that.
Absolutely. The guard combination of Jeremy Kendall, Lucas Barker and Declan Sukup, there is almost no limits to what the Dandenong side can do.
Good screen there by Tim Lang.
LMU have picked up their defensive intensity a little bit. At the start of the second quarter, Poch cuts inside, gets the foul, misses the bucket. I don't know if you noticed, but he had 4 players in and around him on that layup.
Yeah, it looks like Poch's athleticism and quickness is troubling the wings of LMU.
He's a bit like a boxer in that sense where he hides that killer punch behind just that waiting jab.
Yeah, well, you look at Poch's legs, you don't think he's going to get that much power, but very athletic, and LMU's seen that firsthand.
Gets the first one to go. Second one just as good. LMU making a couple changes. James Bateman is back on the court. Eli Scott.
Dandenong going man-to-man now. Let's see what LMU can do.
I feel as though man-to-man might suit LMU, potentially. Eli Scott with a nice little long-range 2.
That's what they needed, a nice rhythm jump shot, 9 points. They need a couple of stops down, get the rhythm back into the game.
Definitely. Lucas Barker with a behind the back pass to Tim Lang, who finds Poch in the corner. Poch with a jumper 3. That's no good. Joe Quintana comes up with the ball.
Good pressure there by Douglas.
Jay Bateman with the 1-2, overshoots the mark. Bit of a scramble for the rebound, and Eli Scott comes up with it. Poch. I'm surprised he didn't grab that rebound. He dished it back to, that was Demeen Douglas. He just passed it back to him. He got the bucket and the foul.
Eli Scott's really starting to have an impact at the start of this second quarter. Good to see. It's what they needed from LNU. A couple of offensive rebounds. And Douglas, I like what he's brought, the energy. He's getting 2 feet in the key. They need to continue that.
He gets the third one to go to make it a 3-point play. Instructions being yelled from the LMU sideline, and they're now trying a full court press. Tyler Robertson comes up with the ball at the half. Finds Tim Lang. Finds a brick wall in Markison. 3-point there from Josh Oswald is no good. Joe Quintana having a go at running the play now for LMU. Eli Scott almost mishandles it. Tries another jumper. That one is no good. Tyler Robertson with the rebound. Lucas Barker finds Jeremy Kendall. Tyler Robertson all the way in the other end now. That one is no good. James Bateman back on the ball now. Bateman tries a baseline drive, draws the foul, and it drops very kindly for him. Just seemed to teeter on the edge of the rim for the longest time.
Good drive there by Bateman. Big Marcus, and he's doing everything in the post right now. He seems to be open, but the Lions are having trouble getting him the ball. If he can just seal a little bit closer to the basket, get that hand up, I think the Lions would be crazy to go away from him. He has that height advantage. He can get that hook shot off against Tim Lang. Just need that ball closer to the basket.
It's a bit like watching Liz Cambridge play. Once she gets the ball above her head, there's no stopping her.
He's standing over everyone like Cambridge does in the WNBA as well. So.
Jeremy Kendall with the ball. Pumps the fake and puts a nice little finger roll up and doesn't get it to go. That was a great move, and the finishing touch just let him down there.
Veteran move there by Kendall. Got them all up in the air and a great spin move. Great footwork for all the kids here watching in the stands.
James Bateman tries to feed Eli Scott. Finds Joe Quintana on the outside. That three did not look like it was going anywhere but the bucket.
Ball movement's picked up for the Lions. It's no secret that's why their offense is starting to flow now.
You had called it earlier, they needed a couple of defensive stops to get them going. Now they're 29 each. But with that one, Tyler Robertson makes it 31-29.
Making the adjustment, picking up their ball movement. It's a good game of basketball so far.
Oh yeah. They say it could be a game of two halves. I think this one's going to come down to the quarters.
Dandenong's gone back to that zone. Ooh, I like that pass in. Markman's got to hold on to that and finish strong.
With a long lob, Lucas Barker finds Jeremy Kendall all alone for a layup.
Second time that's happened today.
Fantastic vision from Barker as always, but he was wedged well and truly in that corner there with the defender on his back, and he still found Jeremy Kendall.
That's a tough one for the Lions. They've made the adjustment at the start of the second quarter. To the coaching staff, that's not what you want. You've given up a backdoor cut to the basket. It was a good finish by the young fella from Rangers in Robertson, but then to give up that cheap full court pass, Coach Dunlap straight away turned to the bench. He wanted that timeout. Hopefully he can reset the troops once more, and LMU will come back out with the same ball movement, but just make sure they lock down a little bit more on their defense.
What if Dandenong, what needs to pick up a little bit more? Is it just the offensive end?
Well, they've gone back to their 2-3 zone, so obviously they feel a lot more safer with the zone right now. Listen, they're not going, they've got a lot of young bodies coming off the bench, so when the older bodies are on, they're going to try and play them a little bit more. So they're going to probably try and reserve some energy with that 2-3 zone. Hopefully LMU has learned from that first quarter. Now with Dandenong offensively, what worked for them was getting Kendall, getting Barker in these ball screens and spreading the floor, allowing the shooters to do what they do well, and then getting Poch on that long closeout where he could get 2 feet in the key. They've got the young brigade on now with Tyler Robertson and Callie LePepe, but they've decided to keep Kendall in there so he can kind of run the show with them. So they'll move Robertson to the 3. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes guarding some of these bigger bodies.
Definitely needs some senior experience out there for the Rangers. LMU with a nice bit of passing play, and Jason Bateman with a 3-pointer. James Bateman, rather. Kendall back at the point for the Rangers now. Looks to run into that big body of Marcusson. Finds Tim Lang all alone on the outside. Pepe almost got his hands to it.
Dunlop talking to Bateman about the Wolf call. So Chris, in America, when they call Wolf, that means someone's coming up behind him to try and steal the ball. They made the call, the bench did a good job, but he didn't recognise it. So He's on his leader there to make sure he recognises, get the ball up the court.
Yep. Kendall finds Sukup. Tries to get around his mark to no avail. What's Kendall going to do with it now? Shoots it off to Tim Lang. Finds Tyler Robertson on the outside. Nice little backdoor pass to Kelly Laupepe, who gets the foul and the bucket.
Bateman did a great job containing Robertson there. Marcuson did not have to help. No, he did not have to help. He stepped up. The bounce pass, drop down pass was able to occur, and Kelly did a great job finishing. This was probably a tough call to get the foul there, but it was called. He's got to be smarter next time.
As a result of that foul, he has now taken a seat. Sophia Williams enters the game. I think Dunlap shares your sentiments on that play. He really did not need to get involved. That was an unnecessary foul.
So they're still in the 2-3 zone, and the last couple of possessions, the Lions have done a good job to get the four-man baseline, but they haven't looked at it. Well, there we go. Great cut,
That's
good finish.
Sophia Williams, the tight little finish there. Pepe with the ball now, and he looks to run with some power. Nice little flick to Oliver Hayes-Brown.
Great aggressive move there by Kelly, and good recognition by Ollie to get under the basket to the other side, to the receiver's spot, and good finish on the pass there.
Again, Bateman, that central figure in that LMU offense, and wow, what a rebound from Jeffrey McClendon, sorry.
Williams has been good in this last minute, providing a lot of energy, good finish.
Pepe thought he had a clear shot at the basket, but he ran into a brick wall. That is Eli Scott. Draws the foul. Instructions being yelled all around as they try to rally their troops.
Looks like here Dandenong's going to run their zone baseline play. No, they've gone with the classic screen to screener.
Jeremy Kendall with a spin. And it drops after the first bounce.
Couldn't ask for a better drop there.
No, definitely. Peter Herman trying to back his way in now.
Bell did a great job sealing there. Would have liked Herman to get the ball in. He had Kelly on his back.
Held it just a bit too long.
Yeah, with another shot.
Declan Sukup with the 1-2 step, and it's good.
The Lions doing everything right at the offensive end. They're just late with some of their decision making.
And that's costing them in fouls.
Down the other end, yeah, they're not making the most of those opportunities. Just getting their hands in there a little bit. Some may say they're soft, but again, in the FIBA basketball, that's a foul.
Again, Bateman looking to do a lot of work to set up any sort of LMU attack. As that mid-range one is no good, but Quintana with the rebound. His attempt is no good. Declan Sukup on the ball now for the Rangers. I think LMU are a bit more prepared for that screen by Kelly Laupepe. As an intercept from Peter Herman. Jeffrey McClendon goes all the way, and that layup just failing to drop nicely. Bateman again with that backdoor cut. Gets it to go.
Great offensive and defensive possession there by Bateman. Let's see, he ruffled Declan Sukup a little bit before with his length. Let's see if he can do that again.
Little flick from McClendon there, gets the ball to Peter Herman, and LMU come up with an intercept out of nothing almost.
That's just a rookie mistake by Robertson. Put the ball too far out there. These guys are too long to be able to do that. And you're right, McClendon did a great job just to get some fingertips to that and force a turnover.
Speaking of rookie mistakes, that turnover on the baseline there from LMU seemed a bit scrappy.
Yeah, right idea though, trying to be aggressive, trying to create some scores, so just got to be tighter with that ball next time.
Yep. Lucas Barker and James Bateman facing off. Ollie looks to back into Peter Herman. Nice little mid-range jumper. Poch does well to get possession there for the Rangers.
Good job from Joe Hansen, another athlete from Sweden on Dunlap's roster. Just couldn't hold it to start the fast break there.
Lucas Barker with a nice little flick out to Josh Oswald. That one is in and out. McClendon comes up with the ball now. Finds again his captain. Dishes it off to there to Johansson, who gets it for 3.
Before that ball had even passed half court, Joe Hansen had spaced and was ready to shoot that whole time.
Yep.
Only looked like going in.
Zook up to Oswald, who finds Barker for 3 points now. That one is also in and out. Ollie Hayes comes up with the board. Tries to dish it out to Poch for 3, and that one is good. Barker called that before it went in.
Good job by Lucas there to get 2 feet in the key on the kick out. Poch did a great job to get his feet behind the 3 and knock that down.
Just under a minute to go, your Rangers are leading 46-41. Bateman to Herman, to Bell, to Johansson, and the referee says he stepped out of court.
Unfortunately, he stepped out there and did not establish position before he shot it. But I like what he's brought so far. A lot of energy, and he's stretching the floor, but only been given the quick minute and a half from Coach Dunlap, and he takes the seat.
Yep. Decent little cameo there. I expect we'll see more of him as the game goes on.
Especially if they continue with this zone.
Absolutely. Zook up on the ball now. Lucas Barker looks to set up an option there on the side. Zook up finds Poch with the over and under. Second attempt is good.
Poch with the circus trick to get in there. That's a tough shot, the first one he took, but and LMU did a great job to force him into that under and up shot, but they can't allow that second opportunity there. Someone needs to clean up the boards.
I think they were just caught ball watching a little bit and weren't anticipating like Poch was. First one bounces off the front of the iron and out. Second one is good. Just under 30 seconds to go, and we are going to have a timeout. LMU not using the seats. I thought they weren't, but they will now.
So over here, all our timeouts are a minute long, sometimes a minute and 20, depending on the refs. But in America, in the college system, they'll have full and half timeouts. So when it's a full, they're able to sit down and do what Coach Dunlap is doing right now. But when it's when they call for those 20, 30-second timeouts, they all have to stand. So most of they're probably trying to adapt to that a little bit out here, not realising they get to sit down every single time out. As you can see, the score bench is on the ball tonight, probably only allowing 45 to 50 seconds there. There's the first horn. That's their warning over here. Second horn, it should be playing.
It's just come to my attention. Do they still play with 30-second shot clocks in college?
Yeah, it's at 30 seconds, but there's talk over the next coming years. Will they move to a 24-second shot clock? It will change the landscape of the game a little bit. Obviously, A lot of inspiration will have to come from the European game to help out college coaches, but right now the college game is a great product and it's going to leave it.
LMU looking to wind down the clock and have the final say of this half. Bateman waiting. Dandenong's defense looks to make the first move. And Lucas Barker gets called for the foul in that one.
Again, veteran move by Lucas. No, they have fouls to give. Got him early before they could run their play.
Bateman tries to get past Barker. That one is no good as the buzzer goes off. Lucas tries a three-pointer, but it's well past the buzzer.
That just shows really Lucas Barker's experience there. Obviously Dunlap drew up a play for that last 15, 14 seconds. Was able to take them out of it. They tried to run something, then forced Bateman into a shot over 2 or 3 defenders. So really good job there by Lucas Barker.
At the half, the scores are 47-41. Your Dandenong Rangers lead by 6 points. Some good showings from both sides there, but I'm a bit more impressed with Dandenong's defense at the moment. That seems to be setting everything up for them.
Yeah, well look, LMU had Dandenong on the ropes a little bit there, and Dandenong feels a lot comfortable falling back to that 2-3 zone, which you saw them with about 4 minutes to go. So I think that's going to show as the game goes on. Anytime they're being pushed, they'll fall back into that.
We're going to take a quick break here at Dandenong Stadium, and we'll be back for the second half of this clash between LMU Lions and your Dandenong Rangers.
Starting to set in, I think Landon's got this one on the way.
And welcome back to this second half here at Dandenong Stadium between LMU Lions and your Dandenong Rangers. For those tuning in or waking up in America, if you decide to get up at an ungodly hour, the score is 47-41 in favour of the Rangers. It's been a game of 2 quarters so far. No one really dominating in one area in particular, but both teams wrestling basically every inch of the court. We start to approach the second half. LMU takes to the court first while the Rangers finalise any last-minute preparations for this half. For those braving the conditions, it is kind of chilly here in Dandenong Stadium, so we salute everybody in attendance as well. Kendall to Barker to get this half started. Oswald finds Potch there in the side. Dishes it back to Barker at the top of the 3-point line. Finds Kendall alone, gets rejected, but Oswald with the ball finds Potch somehow. Tim Lang to Kendall to Barker for 3, and it's good.
That hurts for LMU. Great defensive possession, forcing Kendall to have to come out of his shot, make the pass, forced a tough shot that didn't capitalise and allowed Dandenong to get a second opportunity. That stings.
Quintana finds big man Markison in the key. Back to Quintana. Takes on all comers, and Markison with the putback. Emphatic.
Already better ball movement by the Lions. Great attack there by Quintana, and a way to get onto the boards there by the big fella.
Ooh, yeah.
Markison.
Not the first dunk we've seen tonight, and I don't think it'll be the last either.
Dandenong going to their trademark play here, double.
1-2 between Tim Lang and Barker there. Tim Lang, big man, tries his 3-pointer. No good.
Lucas just displaying why he won the Golden Hands Award for Siebel this year. Some crafty passes coming out of his hands.
Over to Quintana, who finds McClendon, gives it. Good ball movement from the Lions. Quintana with the backdoor pass to Markison. That is no good. Puts back another dunk.
That seemed quite easy for the big fella. 7-3, didn't have to jump too high there, and Lang was continuously jumping there. He hasn't had to do that too much in the Siebel season.
I was going to say, during the warm-ups for the second half, he tried a couple of dunks and he barely had to lift off the ground to get the hands above the rim, really. Lucas Barker with a nice little flick. Nails that layup.
Again, Barker just showing his experience there, being able to split the defense and finish strong.
Bell with the backdoor pass to Bateman, who puts it up nicely for the reverse.
Lions just need to stop here.
Potch runs into Bell there, gets the foul his way. I think his feet just weren't planted in time, shuffling sideways just a little bit.
So Chris, as I was about to say, Lions ball movement is much better in this second half. They now need to string a couple of stops together.
Yep.
See if they can chip away at this lead.
Oswald to Kendall. Kendall looks Bell dead in the eyes. He takes him on. Loses the ball though. LMU come with the heat and the thunder and get that layup to go. Jeffrey McClendon with a nice little...
Great job by McClendon to get 2 feet in the paint, but again, Lions fall asleep and allow that layup.
1 for 1.
Dunlap turns to the bench. Get some new guys coming through.
Bateman asks for the screen before he dishes it off. Quintana finds his teammate all alone on the top. Markison, look, again, unrivaled. in the paint there. Put that one up just a little bit too easy. I think you would call it from the first half. He just needs to be closer into the basket, and I think that's paid dividends for him so far in the opening couple of minutes of this half.
He's done a good job. He's made good adjustments. And he's blowing a little bit though, but that's good to see by the big fella.
Fakes a three. Marcus with a no-look pass to Quintana. Yep.
Great
three-pointer. Fantastic. It's now 54 apiece. 7-point lead for the Rangers. Wiped just like that. Jeremy Kendall takes on two and manages to draw the foul.
Bell did a great job being in position there with that step-up screen, but just put his hands in and reach where he didn't have to. I believe that could be 4 fouls for him. Let me just check. Oh no, they must have given some fouls somewhere else. It says here on the stats he has 0. We'll recheck that and get back to you.
Emphatically pounding that ball into the floor. Finds Kendall for an attempted three. That's no good. LMU starting to spread themselves out on offense a little bit more. As he comes up with a block, Tim Lang finds Lucas Barker on his own. Can he get to the ball in time? He can. Puts up a three. It's no good, but Poch comes up with the rebound. Finds Tim Lang top of the three-point line as the Rangers look to reset. Barker being double teamed. Tim Lang to La Pepe now. Lucas Barker for three again. That one is also no good.
This game's taken a step up in the physicality.
Poch with the intercept. Oh, that was so close. Jason Bateman just floated through the air on that one. Finger roll, 2 points to LMU. And I believe that's their first lead of the night since the first quarter. I could be mistaken. Lucas Barker with the layup and the foul.
No, Chris, you're right. That was the first lead for a while. And all the Lions have done is just made those tiny little changes to the game. The ball is flowing a lot better, and defensively they're doing a better job of containing, and their angles on those ball screens. That dribble, instead of now being aggressive and straight at the basket, the guards are having to take that step back, readjust and see what they've got, allowing these guys to get to the skip pass or to the post play a little bit quicker than they were in the first half where their angles were off.
I'll tell you that Peter Herman might not be as big as Marcusson, but he certainly stacks up against Tim Lang physically. Jason Bateman tries to run into traffic, draws the foul.
Quite funny, before the Lions bench clearly thought there was a foul, and the poor referee definitely felt the wrath from that entire bench and the crowd behind.
Tough gig in any league in the world to be a basketball referee or a referee of any kind, really.
It is, and I think they do a really good job on these exhibition games. Obviously, if that was me coaching, we would have been teched up straight away, but they do know it's a little bit different in America. There is a little bit more communication with the referees, and they give that leeway in these games.
So it really takes a lot for any of these American referees to be teched or ejected from a game, but you do see it every now and again. LMU trying that higher press just to try and put Dandenong off, but it doesn't seem to be doing.
They have the speed and the length. They have enough to disrupt Dandenong's offense, but it's tough to maintain all game.
Yep. Especially against the likes of someone like Jeremy Kendall, quick off the feet, or Lucas Barker even with a long-range three, and that's no good. James Bateman comes up with the rebound. Finds Quintana, Demeen Douglas rather.
This is a really good lesson for all the young kids in the crowd. The Lions have done a great job of being aggressive, but when they're in the paint against congestion, they're getting 2 feet to the ground and they're powering up to finish strong.
Pepe with the attempted three, it's no good. And Declan Sukup seemed to be frozen in place there. James Bateman with the layup, no good, but gets the putback. Dandenong caught, not quite napping, but just off guard there.
Good to see Lions have made the change there. Herman did a great job. Didn't allow, that would have been the 4th full court pass to a score, so good job to Herman there.
Anticipating Dandenong's lethal offensive abilities now. Jordan Bell tries a turn, no good. Finds Donald Gibson outside for 3, and I tell you what, this game has been turned upside on its head. It's now 65-56 in favour of LMU.
Much needed timeout there by Coach Perry. Be interested, he may make a change. Look to see a change in the defences. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in Dunlap's timeout to see if he makes any changes. What they've obviously done at half-time is working. The ball is flowing a lot better than it did in the first half. And you've got to remember too with LMU, they've only had the 2 weeks prior to this tour. They've got 5 to 6 newcomers on the team. They've seen zone most of the night, so now they're getting better at executing against the zone. Obviously, you've seen in the man-to-man, they look a little bit more comfortable. That's probably because in the 2 weeks, Coach Dunlap went over their offensive sets against the man-to-man. Defensively is always one of his core principles. He wants to be a really good defensive team. You see that. They're doing a great job getting to the gaps. They're plugging holes really well. Let's just see Dandenong, how they make their adjustment. And they'll continue LMU with the full court press here, which has been working this quarter.
If you're into AFL, they call the 3rd quarter the premiership quarter. If you can get your hard yards done, you set yourself up for a nice finish. And that could be the case here for LMU.
It can be, but throughout the year, in Siebel, Dandenong has done a great job of winning games in the 4th quarter by being down double-digit leads in double-digit deficits in the 3rd quarter.
Zook up to Robinson to Oswald.
Back to the trademark double play for Dandenong.
Lucas Barker finds Zook up again. And I think they're anticipating Barker's capabilities there on offense, as Quintana seems to be playing a lot closer to body rather.
And really good job there, good recognition by Scott. They're all the same size. He switched out there and made life hard for Declan Sukup.
Sukup with a nice little backdoor cut and the flick.
Again, savvy move by Declan, just off the back of the defender, a nice floater going into the paint.
Donald Gibson there. Just a 1-2. Lucas Barker almost loses it, and LMU are claiming for double dribble to no avail. Tyler Robinson almost loses it as well. They're really ramping up that defense as they look to counter with nobody in front of him. And another putback. Eli Scott with a huge dunk, and I told you it wasn't the last dunk we were going to see tonight earlier.
Yeah, it's interesting, the refs are allowing a lot more physical play now on the ball handler. Dandenong now just needs to settle down a bit, get through their offense, see the ball move as they dribble more and more. It's just playing into LMU's hands.
Robinson with a 3-point attempt, it's no good. Attempted 3 there is no good as Sukup comes up with the rebound. Lucas Barker on the ball now. Dishes it out to Sukup, who puts up a 3-pointer that's no good. I'm not sure how many threes that's been attempted by Dandenong now, but I think it's not working as well as they hoped.
They had 20 at half-time.
Backdoor pass. Herman rather.
Rangers had the 23s at half-time. They have put up a few, but when things aren't going right, unless it's a rhythm jump shots, the ball going into the paint and kicking out, probably not the best shot to be taken, but Barker, that's what they wanted. That's what Dandenong needed.
Timeout to LMU as they don't like the look of that one. Left all alone with just real estate in front of him.
The game's all about, basketball game's all about the momentum. And LMU did a great job there to get the momentum of the game swinging their way. you can understand why Dunlap would be a little bit upset there. They've done everything right, and then to allow a split off the ball screen and an easy layup, that just swings the momentum a little bit the other way. So he's done a great job to get a quick timeout. Through that timeout, I noticed Coach Perry out there speaking to the referees. I've got no doubt he's talking to them about that contact being made on the ball handle. A lot of arms, and normally in our game over here, especially in the Seagull, when there is arm contact made with the ball handler, it is a quick foul, but the refs have swallowed the whistles. I don't mind it. I like it. Let's see what Dandenong does and readjust with their offense.
They might have put the whistles away for the time being. Still well and truly in control. Just letting the boys get some energy out. And as you said, some good physical play, which is always good to see if it doesn't become overwhelming. Dandenong just need to regroup. And now it's their turn to try and get some stops at the defensive end.
And again, backs against the wall, Dandenong's fall back to their 2-3 zone. They extended here where they do let the guards get up a little bit, and they fall back here. Going to hope and force some contested outside jumpers and chip away the lead.
Another backdoor pass, and that one drops nicely for Sophia Williams.
And this is what the Lions didn't do in the first quarter. They weren't getting the ball to the baseline. They weren't making the zone shifts, so great job there on that offensive possession.
Jeffrey McClendon challenging Lucas Barker there. A nice little layup from Zafir Williams. Yeah, Lucas Barker was dribbling the ball, and Jeffrey McClendon seemed to clap and look him dead in the eye as if to say, bring it on. There he goes this time, dishes it out to Taylor Robertson for three. That one is in and out. Barker comes up with the rebound, dishes it off. And Josh Oswald gets the foul.
Rangers has to look to keep the ball off the ground. The more they're dribbling, the more to allowing these Lions defenders to get their hands, their strengths with their length involved in the game, and it's really starting to trouble them a little bit.
Oswald does not get that first one to drop. Second one is good. We've got a quick sub from LMU as we have just under 20 seconds to go in this quarter. Bateman runs into Kendall, who gives away a foul.
Again, smart foul. They got fouls to give.
Yep. Well and truly before any sort of scoring opportunity, so LMU will be taking the ball in from the side.
Let's see what LMU's got with this end of quarter situation.
James Bateman yelling at Herman to move. As he takes on everybody by himself, that one is no good, and the putback is no good as well. And I'll tell you what, that third quarter was a complete turnaround. The half was 47-41 in favour of the Rangers. It is now 75-61 to the Lions. What a quarter that was.
Coach Dunlap, he's clearly not happy with that last attack by Bateman. Feels like he got hacked on the arm. Just out there with the referee speaking to him now. I did like that call from Bateman. He has been troubling the Rangers defence with his penetration. He called for the fall flat there and got to the basket with ease. In all honesty, I felt he got fouled too, but the refs, again, they're swallowing the whistles a little bit, so good to see they kept it consistent.
I was going to say, it's good to see that they're doing it both ways, at least. And the referees are communicating well with each other as well, not just the players and coaches, which is good to see everyone on the same page. Even if the players don't exactly like what's being called or not called.
Yeah, it's crazy. I seem to argue with the referees all the time. They never change their calls. I don't know why. I feel like I'm always right, but hey, who knows? Maybe in the future they will.
Who knows?
Dunlap with the quick third quarter speech to him. I'm loving what Bateman's doing right now. He set the tone defensively, using his length, being physical with the ball handlers, and then offensively, obviously being aggressive but being balanced. He's making the right play, the right pass. He's finishing strong. So really good to see there. We talked about Herman. I thought he did a really good job bringing energy. Marcus has had his time on the bench. He's got his rest. They'll be looking for him to come in and have a major impact in this last quarter. 14 points. Rangers have come back from this lead before throughout the season. So we should have a great fourth quarter on our hands.
Nothing is impossible here at Dandenong Stadium. As we enter the fourth and final quarter of this game, once again the scores are currently 75-61 to LMU over your Dandenong Rangers. Sophia Williams backs into Poch. Poch puts up a little jumper and it's good.
Great job there by Williams, taking advantage of the mismatch. Clearly outsizes Poch, so good job.
I'll tell you what, LMU's defense Jeremy Kendall almost.
Again, the physicality, the length, it is troubling these Rangers guards. Just want to give a quick shout out to a basketball junkie friend of mine, Kevin Nolan. He's listening. What up, Kev? Hopefully you're enjoying the call.
Thanks for tuning in, Kev, and everybody else watching this live stream on Facebook. Poch with a huge lead and gets the rebound. I love Lucas's attitude of taking on all comers. He stares them all in the face. Unfortunately, that pass was just a little bit too long for him from Kendall.
The pressure, it's forcing Dandenong to run their offense from the half-court line. Putting Barker and Kendall in positions they just don't see throughout the several year. Barker's having a little bit of a chirp to the referees right now. He's not happy with the attention that's being shown. Let's see if the refs make an adjustment after Barker's little talk.
We'll see what they say, or what they do, rather. Bateman backs into Kendall. Josh Oswald comes up with the rebound. Poch looks to push the pace on this one. Looks like he got chopped mid-air, and the referee says he was.
I will be interested to see what the baseline ref saw there, because he did not blow his whistle.
No.
It came from the referee at half court. Poch just showcasing his athleticism there. I don't think the LMU defender expected that. I was actually hoping Poch would dunk it.
I hope so too. But as you said, that call came from the sideline. I think the point of contact was on the in view of the sideline referee as opposed to the baseline. Poch gets the first one. Two from two from Poch.
Dandenong's gone back to a man-to-man, hopefully create some steals with the length of Poch out there.
And I'll tell you what, Jeffrey McClendon ran into Josh Oswald there, and he looks a little bit sore. He's not getting up in a hurry.
Well, Oswald is a man out there. He's a big body. But I do believe that was pretty good defense. Hands were straight up. Played with his chest. Unfortunately, I don't know who's down right now.
Jeffrey McClendon, if I'm not mistaken.
It seems that he had done a little bit more damage on the fall, but he's up and about. He seems okay right now.
I thought whatever had happened was before the contact. I thought it might have been a knee or something of the sort.
Maybe a clash of knees.
Yep. Which is it's not necessarily detrimental, but you knock the knee in the right spot and you just lose all feeling in your leg for a few seconds. Spoken from experience there.
Lions maintaining their full court pressure.
Crowded benches getting a bit more vocal here in the fourth quarter. Lucas Barker finds Tim Lang and the ball's intercepted by Zafir Williams. Comes off the foot of the big man too, so it will be LMU ball.
Again, Lions doing a great job just getting their hands in there, forcing a few deflections, and they're maintaining their energy, which is great to see.
Sophia Williams in the middle now. Puts it up over everybody. No good. Josh Oswald gets the rebound, but gets it plucked from his hands. Jeffrey McClendon with the steal and the attempted shot.
Well, he's clearly recovered from his hip. That's what you want to see if you coach Dunlap. 7 minutes to go in the last quarter, 14-point lead. You want to see second efforts like that. You want to keep chipping away at the lead. You want to keep creating more of that lead. And that's the type of efforts that he's showing the young fellas. This is how we do it with Lions basketball.
Misses that first one. Second one to come. Second one is good. And again, just a bit of extra body attention on Lucas Barker there from James Bateman. Referees seem to think it's okay.
You don't want to give Kendall too much space.
We've seen it a few times already in this game, but he does not get that one to drop for him.
He has gone a little bit cold tonight. Like I said last night, he was dropping them from everywhere on the court. Didn't matter if a hand was in his face or not.
That three-pointer from James Bateman is good.
And Bateman just having a captain's game right now, doing all the big things, hitting all the big shots.
Josh Oswald tries his own three-pointer. That one's also good.
Coming down the other end, and Barker's just showing why he won the golden hands once again.
Jeffrey McClendon runs into the defense of Oswald and Kendall there. Comes off the foot of Tim Lang. And he's actually called for a foul on that one.
Dandenong was unable to chip into the lead over the first 4 minutes of the fourth, so Coach Perry's looked to make some changes. He's injected some young guys in. See what they can do.
Quintana looked like he might have had enough space to take everyone on there, but looked for the pass instead.
And Gibson was surprised to receive the ball. He was ready to shoot, but was surprised.
Jeremy Kendall gets the overhead pass, loses his marker just. Takes on everybody, and nice little floater there from Jeremy Kendall, takes from one end to the other. Score is 81-68 in favor of the Lions. This quarter seems a lot more open, a lot more free-flowing. Could be to the referees just putting their whistles away a little bit. But in any case, some good basketball we're seeing. A three-pointer is in and out. Step back, and that one's a long two. No good. Kelly Laupepe finds the rebound, puts up the reverse, and drops nicely.
Tough finish. Looks like the Rangers have now moved Lucas Barker off the ball, and the ball is now in Kendall's hands. It seems to have created a few more opportunities, and I like Barker sitting in the corner waiting, because he'll knock that shot down if he gets the chance.
Just a multifaceted pair of guards we have here. Herman with the step back. That one is no good. Again, Kendall taking his chance at running the play now. Finds Tyler Robertson, who just mishandles the ball. Tim Lang looking for an option now.
Good cut by Lang.
Ball slapped from his hands. Lucas Barker sets up. That three looked good, just bounced off the front of the rim.
I think it was Gibson that got out to that, at least carried a hand and made Lucas hesitate just a tiny bit. Was enough to make him miss. A good job there by Gibson.
Backdoor layup is no good. Jeremy Kendall looks to push the pace, finds Lucas Barker, dishes off to Tim Lang, who puts it back with a big dunk. Rangers chipping away at the lead just slightly here. What was about a 16-point margin has been trimmed to just 9. just over 4.5 to go in this quarter. And as you said, Ash, they've come back from bigger deficits or similar deficits before. So we could see another legendary Rangers comeback here on the cards.
I like the timeout by Coach Dunlap. Obviously, the 6 point that managed to crawl back here, 6 points off the deficit there. So, like that, just to get the young guys who are on. He's making some subs too. Looks like the big fella's coming back in for the Lions. Lane's had his way in the last 2 minutes, so I like that sub. Rangers need to maintain the energy. The ball's moving now. They're not dribbling as much. I like Kendall at the point, moving Lucas Barker off the ball. And they just want to look to go inside out. Make the Lions defense collapse a little bit. Get the shooters involved. I think we're in for a great last 4.5 minutes.
Yeah. And I tell you, despite the fact they've only had a couple of weeks to prepare, there's no doubting these guys' fitness levels because they've been able to...
All summer they would be in the gym.
Yep.
All summer. That's one of the things they are allowed to do over the summer. Their workouts are limited on court with their individuals, and they would have only had a certain amount of team workouts before they left for this tour. However, the gym time, they are allowed. They look strong. They look powerful. Couple of the older bodies on the Rangers team, they've probably already started their off-season.
I think so.
So they're a little bit of blowing there by Langy, but he's still got it. He's showing us our athleticism. So let's see if the vets can pull one out of the bag.
Playing smarter, not harder, will be the key here for Dandenong.
Familiar, I can't even say the word.
Familiarity.
Yes, sorry about that. But they're running their classic double play from Dandenong.
That little floater from James Bateman is no good. As we approach the 4-minute mark now, Jeremy Kendall tries the spin fake, gets a foul. Was that an attempted shot? I don't think it was in the act of shooting, but no, it was okay. I guess he'd gathered the ball and that was enough for the referee to...
Dunlap's just as surprised as us. He can't believe they're shooting two. Coach Perry keeps his straight face.
That is not as Kendall misses the first one. Second one drops nicely. LMU big man looks for the overhead, completely misses, and Tyler Robinson ends up with the ball in his hands.
I love that. I know he missed it, but I love that sky
That
hook.
was incredible. Jeremy Kendall with a huge jumper from three-point range is no good. Tussle for the rebound.
Jordan Bally may not have filled the stat sheet tonight, but his presence has been felt. Love the physicality he's been bringing to the game.
Vince Hunter with the ball now from the sideline, finds Bateman, who's been running all over the joint tonight. Runs into Kelly Laupepe and gets a...
That one was right in front of us here, Chris. That is a tough call. Bateman got the bailout there. He was trying to back down Kelly Laupepe. There's not many people in the Seabull League or anyone his age that can do that. Caught himself there in trouble, and the ref has just given him a bit of a bailout there.
I thought he was looking for a pass to the outside rather than a shot, but it is what it is. Takes his time approaching the line. Adrenaline pumping and fatigue possibly starting to set in for some of these guys. He nails the first one anyway. Second one is also good. Declan Sukup now having his shot at running the play.
Again, too much dribble by Dan. Get the ball off the ground, get ball movement, and work for him in the second quarter.
Jeremy Kendall finds some space in the middle, finds Declan Sukup on the outside for 3.
Again, 2 feet in the paint, kick out rhythm, jump shot. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's great basketball.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hodgepodge just anticipating the pass, trying to force an intercept of sorts. Cool as you like.
Eli Scott, one of their leading scorers from last year, coming up big when it counts.
Jeremy Kendall fights to try and keep it inside and turns it over.
Uncharacteristic there by Kendall, but he has had a big weekend. He has played in a couple of these games, so we can forgive him for one.
Absolutely. He's put in a decent shift tonight. James Bateman can't get past Kelly Lapepe on that drive there. Still looking for his options. Declan Sukup with a little touch. Good call from the referee. Baseline ball for the Lions.
Dandenong needs to get a steal here, get down, score as quick as they can. Not much time left for them.
Shot is no good, and that will be a shot clock violation.
Rangers have got to go, down 10 with a minute 30 left.
Declan Sukup tries to take on all comers. Nice little hook shot there. Podge with the putback. Again, his athleticism is just incredible.
I like that.
James Bateman tries a 1-2.
He has been fantastic tonight. Like we said, a true captain's game. What's going on here? There's obviously a timeout that's being called.
Coach Dunlap seems a bit unhappy with something.
So it looks like there was a timeout that was called, but then it was cancelled.
They used up their timeouts for the quarter, perhaps. Bit of shirt pulling and tussling in the middle there. Unnoticed by the referees, but with under a minute to go, is it entirely necessary?
Now Dunlap takes the timeout.
There we go.
Barker doing a great job to hold his tongue. A few stern looks back.
Yep.
Did a great job there.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a death look from Lucas Barker, that's for sure.
You know what? I've been on the receiving end of when he's had a go at me. You don't want to be on the end of that either.
Nope.
I'm sure his older brothers are listening to the call, probably giggling to themselves. They've given me a couple as well. So it looks like it's just a family thing for them.
Yep, runs in the blood.
I'm sure Coach Dunlap here is using this situation as experience for his guys. End of game scenarios, they'll look to run some play practice, so when they do go back to their non-conference and conference schedule, they've been used to some plays, they've been able to execute at the end of the game. It'll be good to see what they come up with here. Definitely looking at one step at a time.
One step, one play, one pass. James Bateman almost loses the ball on the halfway line.
He did a great job there, but not sure how he got away with a travel there.
Possibly a cross court. I thought his feet were well over the line as his butt fell back into the defensive half, but
And we said Lucas had great control before the timeout, not so much after the timeout. Really let the ref know that should have been a travel.
Yep. Maybe too little too late, perhaps. If he had been a bit more vocal in the third quarter, he might have had some calls swing his way, but being this vocal with just under a minute to go is not going to get him anywhere. Hodgepodge with the board there. Finds Suka. Oliver Hayes-Brown gets the foul his way.
Ollie Hayes-Brown stepping out. He says, this game's easy, I can do what guards do. Takes the three and gets a lucky foul call there.
Possibly.
McClendon did a great job, got all ball. He's quite surprised.
Tell you what though, it just goes to show what could happen if you just take a risk. The first one bounces in off the back of the iron.
Coach Perry, Coach Dunlap having a nice laugh there over that call. 40 seconds left, 10-point lead. Dunlap is all smiles. He's just happy to get out here. He loves winning. He loves winning and using an Australian cliche, he's just going to be happy with the 4 points.
Definitely. That being said, regardless of the result either way, we've had a fantastic game of basketball here. Declan Sukup tries the intercept. I think LMU are going to hold on to the ball and try and run down the clock, even though there is 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Everybody calling for the ball. 1-2 pass.
Beautiful ball
back
movement
by
to finish the game.
Shot clock is turned off as we wind down this one here at Dandenong Stadium. Lucas Barker with the rock in his hands now. Nice little crossover, finds Oswald for three. How will it go? Does not drop. And that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. LMU Lions take out this one 91-80 in what has been a great encounter all around from both sides. A bit of physicality, some showmanship here at the end of the game, and some great three-pointers as well.
Yeah, it was a good game, Chris. And like you said, LMU's out here to do one job only, prepare for their season. But the great thing about these trips is they get a bit of life experience. Now Dunlap, again, we talked about it, he loves winning. He's going to be happy. This is a process. We talked about it. It's one step at a time. One step in every game they play, they're going to want to take that step and getting better, helping those young kids come in and gel. So a really good game for them tonight.
Definitely. Great showing from both sides. Again, Dandenong coming off the back of a seeded season. Very lively showing despite the off-season starting for some of these boys. Who is the player of the game for you? Is it an obvious answer?
Yeah, it has to go to James Bateman. Real captain's game out there. That's what you expect from the big dogs. It's probably the reason why he's the captain. So really good game from him, and I expect big things from their season.
He's one of the 8 newcomers to LMU, so that's a great showing.
It's actually, that was last year.
Oh, that was last year? Okay.
Yeah, so he's returning, knows Dunlap's system. So yeah, I expect him to take a big step.
Once again, the score here at Dandenong Stadium was 91-80. Your Dandenong Rangers going down by 11 points. If you're doing nothing next Monday, be sure to tune in or even come down here to Dandenong Stadium as your Rangers finish off this college series with the game against Drexel Dragons at 7 p.m. next Monday, August the 20th. Ash, thank you for your company tonight.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. And we will see you soon here at Dandenong Stadium. Thanks for now. Bye.